All right, YouTube. So today's video, we're actually making this on a new setup, and with this setup, we have made some adjustments to the different lighting and things that we have in the studio. Hopefully you like it, and let me know your thoughts. We have a new setup back here. All of these in this entire row is all Zeiss lenses. And that's the love for Zeiss, and maybe one or two more on the way. So with that, that's not what this video is about. This video is about this guy. This is the Canon R7, and we are actually doing a 3.5, 4 year review of this camera. It's all coming up to well over 3 years at this point, and the new one is apparently on the brink, right around the corner, right? And it's going to be like that for a while, but never know, might show up next month and might blow your socks off. This camera has been untouched, unmatched by any of its rival competitors for the money, for what it does. 30 frames per second. It does have a 32 megapixel sensor. It's not stacked. So if you're doing all of this with the camera, yeah, you'll get rolling shutter. But the best part, it actually has a mechanical shutter, which can shoot 15 frames per second, which is usually fast enough for most people. 15 frames per second is equal to like a Nikon D6, a Canon 1DX, Mark 1, 2, and 3. That type of speed. It can do that with a mechanical shutter. So then rolling shutter is not an issue. It's just not an issue. You know, digital artifacts with LEDs, all of that, none of that is an issue because you have a physical shutter in here. It does have IBIS, and what makes this camera so special for the money is the price. A lot of times, well, it came out about $1,500, but you can always buy it on sale for between $1,000 and $1,300 all the time. It's a steal for what it is. You pair it up with nice lenses, you can do some incredible things. It's actually got an incredible sensor in it. It does shoot 4K 60 with no additional crop. It does that. It does, you know, 1080 at 120, all of those things. Dual card slots on the side here, 2 SD card slots. This actually has the small rig cage on it because it makes it easier for me to be able to just grab it rather than put the other grip that one of you actually made, custom made for me, which I really loved. And I made my own, but the 3D printed one that you did for me, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for doing that. Video is pretty good out of here. It does have IBIS in there, so, and it will do the combination IS, especially if you have a like the 18-150 lens, which is over there. This one here is the 28 millimeter RF lens. Love this lens, razor sharp, fantastic. Thank you, Max, for making the recommendation. I wasn't even thinking about buying it. He's like, you got to buy it if you got an R7. It'll just be perfect. It'll get you as close to 43 millimeters, which is dead normal for, you know, it's close to 43. That's all I'll say. It looks really good. Slightly over, but it's all close enough. Like they say, good enough, right? There has been nothing like it for the money. It does have a articulating screen, touch screen. It has the one thing they had done here, I wish they would have done that on some of the other cameras, this combination turn dial and the button all in one. I know they were experimenting with this camera, but I think it was genius, but then they got rid of it. So on like the 1DX3, it's like the optical thing, and that's how it is on the R1. R5 2, slightly different that you've seen, but I like this. It's cool. I hope they would do something more with this in the Mark II. The Mark II version, I don't know, might have a stack sensor. If they take the sensor and stack it, it's going to be pretty incredible, you know. And if they bring it in even at $2,000 or $2,500, it'll be flying off the shelf because it looks like Nikon has no interest in making anything like it. So If you've been waiting around and you had enough with your D500, which I would be shocked if you've had enough, because that's an incredible camera. But if you have, and you have the itch to go, you know, with a camera with no mirrors inside, the R7 is really your big option in the APS-C world, unless you really want to go to Fuji. Maybe you can shoot the Fuji goodness in JPEGs all day long. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. But this particular camera actually has pre-capture, RAW, not JPEG. It shoots pre-capture RAW. Yeah, it will obviously shoot JPEGs, but it will shoot up to 30 frames per second. Pretty fast. Not bad, right? So what I would do is figure out what works for you and make the right choices. So don't want to draw this out, but this is a 3-year review, unmatched, still the unmatched king in 2025, 3 years later, by any other brand. The R7 is truly been a charm for me. I've enjoyed using it for 3 years rather than always waiting for the next model and then robbing 3 more years of my life. I heard some interesting news about someone that we know. All I can tell you is life is very short, and if you don't think it's going to hit you with a moment's notice, you're a fool, because what's here today could be gone tomorrow. So live it up. Don't wait around. If that's what you want, go get it. If there's something else you want, go get it. So with that, like, subscribe, be nice to each other, go out there, create your magic, and I will talk to you in the next one. And please let me know down below if you actually like this setup. If you do, we'll do more of it. So thank you.